Well, I don't think there's been a session over the last 12 to 18 months when I haven't used the awesome Citruz. I'm guilty, like I'm sure some of you guys have in the past, taken far too many special pots of pop-ups with me. You know, all it does is create confusion, and when you don't catch on one, a lot of doubt. Certainly the last sort of year and a half, 2 years, all I've used is the Citruz. It really thins my range down and means I don't have to take so much with me. And it's because I'm utterly confident, you know, in the bait. There's 3 different sort of options available at the moment. 10, 15 and 20 mil pop-ups in pure white. You know, white when we first launched it was the very in vogue colour, and I've literally caught hundreds of fish on white baits. We've got a pastel sort of washed out mix of colours and some really bright ones. And you know, on any given day, all of them will work. I personally like the white ones if I'm fishing these park lakes and stuff where there's a lot of bread going in. The really bright ones for when the water's a lot murkier, or in the winter, in the spring when the fish are sort of, they need something brightening their face. And the more pastel washed out colours, maybe if I'm fishing somewhere a little bit trickier, more pressured fish, wary fish. All of them have got a use on the right day. All of the pots come supplied with these awesome little atomizer bottles, and not only they're great for spraying over the top of your pop-ups to keep them packed full of attraction, I've been spraying in my little PVA sticks, spraying them inside solid bags. Just an awesome attractor. And there's even a larger bottle when you're as obsessed with it as I am, and I'm spraying my particles with it, pellets, maggots, ground bait, pretty much everything really. I'm just super confident in it. And I know I'm not the only one. The likes of Ollie, Alfie, Crowy and loads of the other lads at work have caught a phenomenal amount of fish on the awesome Citruz. So it made logical sense to expand the range a little and move with current trends. One of the big things at the moment is pink, and you know, I mentioned Alfie and Ollie, you know, because I know these 2 lads, they don't cast a pop-up out unless it's a pink Citruz. They've caught a lot of fish. You know, their captures speak for themselves. Anyway, a lot of us got together, got on the case of Gary Bays and Keith Sykes and suggested it would be a really good idea to make some bottom baits. One of the things I've found particularly successful is, you know, when I'm fishing a choddy or a stiff hinge rig, I like to flick a few baits around it. Now, up until the point we managed to get some of these for testing, I had been using coconut cream, but like I say, we got Gary and Keith to develop a nice base mix, stick the Citruz attraction in there, and yeah, the rest is history. They're going to be available very soon. They feature bright pink and some pastel pink, and you can also now get the corresponding colours in pop-up form as well. Definitely a winter edge. Stiff hinge, choddy, little solid bag, even a zig, flicking a few of the appropriate matching bottom baits around it definitely will get you a bite. For sure, winter is probably one of the most challenging times of the year, but a decent bait dropped on their nose, it certainly can still bring you the rewards. Well, just for proof of the pudding, here's one I had on a quick overnight last night. A little 10 mil pink Citruz with about a dozen freebies flicked around it. I will point out a lot of the fish I've had have been on 10 mil baits. Yes, if nuisance fish are a problem, it is a problem, but if they're not and you can persevere through, for example, the bream, then I do think a little 10 mil pop-up is an edge. You know, a lot of the waters you guys will be fishing, everyone's flicking 15 mil pop-ups, 15 mil pop-ups, so to give them a nice little one, it's just something they're not used to. Awesome early winter result. I'm sure it's not going to be the last fish I catch this year on the Citruz.